Hello everyone, this is Crazy, aka Why Must I Sign In, and this is a 6 vs 6 tournament match in the losers bracket between Red Alert and the Crystal Battlecruisers. So these guys can still theoretically win. If Red Alert comes out, they can get a rematch, perhaps, maybe even against the Pandas. A 6 vs. Oh man, audio, stop doing that. Tournament match. Yes, this is tourney. This is the losers bracket of the tournament.
So one team comes back.
Yeah. So they can still they still get one last chance against the winners tomorrow. The winners of the losers bracket goes up against the otherwise leading team after the semifinals tomorrow. So Ivan is once again going Dread as a side lane Dread with this 1-1 opening that I think is kind of interesting. They have Animosos going range missile in the middle. This is a map with rocks and clouds. They have Satellite going Imp in the middle, Amigo going Plague in the middle, Hawk going range missile in the middle, and Fast Forward as a side lane carrier, getting a little bit of Gats from Technasal from the blue team. On the blue team, they have Lokuaz as a side lane Leviathan, Colossus as a middle range missile battlecruiser, White Zombie as a Plague Ovi, Pseudo as a range missile frigate, Raven as a Raven Thief is a Raven with Imp, and Technasal is on the side lane with 3-1-2. Interesting. It's an interesting open. This is another game with no arbiters. No arbiters. No arbiter love today, man. It's just not a lot of arbiter love.
Yeah. People rather have the Ovies. I mean the Ravens.
Yeah.
But every game we do see Ovies on the team, so.
Ovies are very popular with the plague, yeah.
Yeah, they want to play the early game. And the late game, really.
Well, Red Alert is pushing back Crystal Battlecruisers, and the bottom left is Red Alert. They are a European, Russian-led team. I believe that Ivan is their leader, and he, I think, only speaks Russian, so it's actually Fast Forward that is their kind of translator. And then the Crystal Battlecruisers is a kind of curious fusion between the Crystal Battlecruisers clan, the remnants of POW, which, we're not able to field a team because POW is not really a tournament player. Or a tournament team. And the remnants of Freelancers Team 1. And so Lokuaz was actually a DSO player who signed up, I think, as a Freelancer captain or something like that. And then Technasal was also in Freelancers Team 1, I'm pretty sure. So it's kind of impressive that they've managed to make it this far, considering, they have had no practice as a team before today, right? And going into game one was the first time they were playing together as a team, basically.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
And so Red Alert has backed together. Just check the upgrade tab, make sure I'm not missing anything particularly exciting.
I haven't got bots.
Nice. Yeah, just mostly missiles, bots, more energy, plague, more plague, and scan.
Hawk's got scan. So they have scan.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they got scanned since they do have the Raven.
Why. I mean, they have radar. They haven't yet, I'm not sure. They don't have radar yet.
Yeah, Satellite is still in energy and imp, so. But I don't know. That's an interesting decision.
Neither of them have radar yet. But Ivan is pushing.
Oh, there's no kill here. This is not even close to a kill. This is just pushing back aggression, trying to get a farm lead.
Yeah. Does look like they're pushing out with their siege creep though.
Well, this isn't really a pushing. This is pushing back. They were just pushed.
Yeah, I
They were
know.
pushed back to their base, and now they're like, oh, siege creep. Now we can maybe advance since we can have that damage in the middle that we seem to be struggling with. But alert siege creep is coming up, and they have the cloud.
Yeah, the cloud's helping Red Alert.
And Ivan wants to be friends with Tech.
Yeah,
It's
obviously.
dread on dread action up here. Hot XXX. Meanwhile, Carrier is, Fast is trying to stay kind of far back away from Loquaz. So Loquaz is kind of having the side lane, but he can't really stay too far past the mid. So long as the mid is
Yeah.
pushed back all the time, Loquaz can't really put the level of aggression on Fast Forward that he wants, right? I mean, Loquaz wants to
Yeah.
be all up in Fast Forward's business, but he just can't do that when the mid is just constantly under control.
Fast Forward does have temps now.
Oh, you're right.
So the temps are gonna start to come into play.
Wait, is that level 1?
Yeah, no, level 11.
Yeah, I was about to say. Oh my goodness, these level 11
Yeah, it has
temps.
to be 11. Hard to see.
Yeah, it's like it always looks kind of odd because of the UI.
Well, just for Tempest, like anything that has that kind of color on it.
Yep. Yeah, and Loquaz is actually still on 4 tentacles. So it's
Yeah,
kind of
you're
messy.
gonna need to get some money quick.
I mean, he's the highest farmed ship on their team. Compared to White Zombie, who has, like, no farm at all, but has still managed to pick up Side Blast. And 400 energy, how does that work out? Oh,
I don't know, he only has 100 funds. Well, he doesn't have any mutas or any...
yeah, he's just like, I'm going to have the damage, and I'm not going to bother with range, I'm not going to bother with mutas, I'm just going to have a Side Blast that can actually hurt something every now and then.
Yeah, he's gonna need to get mutas though, or just 2-shot for his lasers.
I mean, it's not at this part of the game, it's only, I would say the only reason I'm concerned about it is because Fast Forward is, level 12 ints with Plasma Surge. And Loquaz is still on 5 tentacles. They just don't have, with the Leviathan getting underfed, because the Sinners are always pushed back, now they're going to have a harder time dealing with those ints. Let alone the Tempests.
Yeah, I mean, the Levy Loquaz is having trouble killing the ants.
Yeah, Red Alert is holding this, like, it's now up to a 300 farm lead.
Yeah.
And I feel like their blue team is going to have a hard time kind of getting back the farm, pushing out as quickly as they need to be able to gain back the farm.
Yeah, the Levy isn't being able to do anything right now. He's just getting sniped by Anonymous. With his 8 missiles and 11 range.
Yeah, as a Leviathan, to be not on one-shot farm versus a carrier is like a nightmare. It is.
Yeah, he's not fed at all.
I mean, he has 300 farm.
I don't. He should have gone as much locust as he should have tens.
Yeah, he got 6 locusts rather than staying, level 6 or 7. Yeah, rather than level 7 tentacles. I think that's kind of a.
Going back for regen.
Yeah, it's a curious decision because the locusts, it don't matter if they're level 11, they will not win versus Plasma Surge interceptors, right? They will still lose.
Yeah, he got regen.
Fast Forward stalled a little bit there, but I mean, he was in his base, so it wasn't an issue. Just trying to get that last little bit of farm. Amigo, Hawk, and Animus all have 400.
Hey, right back.
Satellite picked up PDD and Matrix. Animus has Boost and Quick Reload. And Hawk has Lockdown and Defensive Shield. Lokua still does not have one-shot tentacles. Wow. Ooh. Colossus has a nuke. Pseudophanes has Ripwave. Raven. The
Hey,
Raven
I gotta
Raven.
go crazy.
Alright, I'll see you later, Jack. Have a good day.
See ya. I'll stay here, but I'm just not gonna talk.
That's fine. Oh my goodness. I want to see this nuke hit something. I need that level of satisfaction in my life. But who is a good target here for that nuke? Hawk has lockdown. So if Hawk locks down Colossus, he will be a very, very sad camper. Both BCs got scan. And there are no Arbiters and no Void Rays. So there's no potential for Cloak, and there's Ravens. So both teams have the potential for Radar. I don't know. Seems like a curious decision to me. Getting beat up on the sideline. 500 farm difference now, yeah. Things are starting to slide more and more toward Red Alert here. Frigate taking Plagues. Overlord trying to deal with these Tempests. Kind of annoying when he's on just level 4 Mutalisks. Look, when I was trying to get out there, he's still on 2-shot Tentacles. And so with the PDD actually helps with the Mutalisks a little bit, which it wouldn't for the Tentacles. So it's just very frustrating for the blue team to push out, and Red Alert right now is just winning on farm. It's almost as the BC hit something, but it was a full life Ivan Dreadnought. Oh, Ivan stalled. Takes a side blast to get some missiles. That stall was probably more deadly than the blackout, or the blackout from the nuke was. Maybe it was alert. Oh, and fast forward drops a safety vortex. It's the safety vortex. Now they are all back in and healing. And the blue team finally has a chance to recoup some of that last farm, but when they're down 500 like this, they can't regain all of that farm immediately. They're going to be trying to get it closer to even, but they can't even it up right now. They can't stay here safely long enough to do that. Lokuas has 267. What are you going to spend that 267 on, Loke? We'll launch some OBS. Send out the Locusts. But I guess he's going to go back and spend it on another spell, because I don't know why he would not have already upgraded otherwise. So they're coming back, and Pseudophanes and Raven both have 400, so that's good, because they want the Raven to have the minerals to start to get that perfect defensive matrix so that they can really have an easier time pushing out with individual ships to get at those Tempests. Red team once again forming their solid, the iron wall of Red Alert right here. Getting complete farm control, soaking everything, so that they can get all the minerals they need to start to transition this advantage into a win. They don't really have anything right now that would say, yes, we have to make a big play. Instead, they're just asserting dominance. They're maintaining control and keeping things locked down. Leaking just a little bit on top, actually. The iron wall apparently has a slight curve to it. And that is partly because Animosis is back at the moment. What? Lokuaz just died to Tempests, really. Tempests and Sky Fury was, he just a little bit overextended there, and he was just so worn down that he popped, and that's going to be a really big problem because they wanted, the matrixed. You shouldn't laugh out loud at that. Oh, if they can black him out, if they had blackout right now, because he's trying to set this warp trick, and come on, kill him, get revenge. You can't let them LOL at you and then let him live. Oh no, don't turn back. You just die for it. Get your kill. Get your satisfying death of the frigate. Don't. This is just sad now. If they'd blacked him out just a little bit earlier with the nuke or with a Raven blackout, and no one would have been able to warp in on him. The Raven needed to have blackout right there. Blackout can be so huge, especially with the sassy frigate backdooring nonsense. What did he do? This is Animosis. Oh my god, the upgrades tab is completely insane. Yeah, Animosis has Afterburners Fusion, Quick Reload, but jamming systems, that's the one right there, right? So they couldn't see him even with radar. But if they had blacked him out at just the right moment, the rest of the team would not have been able to warp in for the warp trick, and he would have died. And because the BC and the Raven were right there, so that was like the worst place for him to come in at. But he just got lucky because the Raven didn't have blackout yet. And so yeah, now at this point it's just pretty much over for the blue team. They were already down on farm, and now there's a 1800 farm difference. And Red Alert has been asserting dominance this entire game. The frigate did get low, but that was when he was at the worst possible positioning in the riskiest move of the game for that jamming system warp trick. Oh man, I think that if they had just had blackout, or if they had landed the nuke just a little bit earlier, that they definitely could have at least picked a point off of Red Alert, and even to pick a point off of Red Alert would be a pretty big accomplishment for what is effectively a pickup group, as Crystal BC is. I mean, at least they've made it to the 25-minute mark versus Red Alert. That's already something of an accomplishment, even though the game does kind of feel over now. I think White Zombie might have spotted Animosis there. I mean, he has the high view radius, and oh yeah. They can see it coming in now. I think they should be able to get away from this, because there's no chrono boost. He's even going to kite a little bit with the plagues. But Red Alert is going to, once again just... Okay, they didn't get their kill with the warp trick, but they can still come in and farm the entire line. And, there's siege mode. Now they're just going to start picking off towers, and since I think the Raven still does not have blackout, it's going to be kind of messy to break this siege mode. They're probably going to lose the tower. I don't think they can stop that right now. And then the hope is that they can maybe save the second tower somehow. But how would they do that? They would have to land Colossus's nuke. And if he can come in, get a lockdown off on the BC, and then go in and drop a lockdown maybe on the Dreadnought, they can inhibit siege for a little bit. Oh, White Zombie is getting some upgrades. He has Psionic Shockwave. Maybe if they siege again, he's gonna come in and drop his Shockwave. Oh, Colossus cannot nuke now. Oh, there's a fusion. It's gonna miss though. But White Zombie, he's just gonna knock him back. And the blackout. He did finally get blackout, but he's just gonna drift back forward and start sieging again. So they just kind of wasted both of those ultimates. That stall bought them all of 30 seconds at most. And now they have no blackout. in no shockwave for if they start to dive in now, but I don't think Raven Thief is feeling optimistic about their chances. And White Zombie is the captain, so a GG from him should be read as a concession of the game. And so even though White Zombie is not dead, the rest of the team, yeah. So White, all the familiar players are leaving at this point. Raven Thief, and then Colossus. Of course, it's the POW person who is the last to leave. But this is a best of 3 format, so we're going to be going on to the next game, I think pretty fast here. We'll see how long we spend in the lobby.
Guess who's back?
Jack's back.
Oh yeah.
But are you back
So who won?
in black? That was such a depressing way for them to die.
Alert.
I mean, it's one thing to lose to Red Alert. I mean, it's respectable to lose to Red Alert. But it's gotta be frustrating to lose like that. To have your Leviathan die when there's no one close to him.
Oh, is that what happened?
He was trying to deal with the Tempest and the Sky Fury, and he just overextended and died. It was really depressing.